A man asks if his girlfriend wanted to marry her. This makes her very happy and she says that she agreed to marry him. The two then hug each other, while other men were in the distance, laughing. The man then motions for one of them to come closer, whereupon he causes the woman to fall to the ground. They then start laughing at the woman for falling to the ground. This makes the woman very sad about the situation, because everyone was laughing at her and she didn't understand why. Suddenly, one of them appears with a bucket, and as they all continue to laugh at the woman, he takes the bucket and throws mud at the woman. The man then tells her that she was wrong to think that a man like him would marry an ugly woman like her. The woman then asks why the man is doing that to her, and he says he would never marry an ugly woman like her. He then says that the ring he had offered the woman was a cheap ring he had won on a gaming machine. He then says that he would never marry an ugly, poorly dressed woman like her. The woman then says that he was living in her house and said that he loved her. He then says that he only said that because he needed a place to live. He then said that if he didn't need a location so he could see it, he would never say that kind of thing to her. The man then said that so that she could sleep in the same house as him, she should go take a shower, because she smelled really bad. They then start laughing at the woman as she was full of mud. They then leave, saying that she smelled really bad and that she should go take a shower. They then leave while the woman's kidney. The woman then wonders why the man did that to her. And at this moment, another woman arrives. She asks what had happened to the woman and she said that the man had done that to her and that she couldn't open her eyes. The other woman then says that her friend needed to go clean up and helps her. They are then able to remove most of the mud from the woman, but not completely. Friend then says that she couldn't let the man treat her that way and that she should pay him back. The woman then says that she was too ugly for the man, as he wanted to be with her, and the friend says that the man didn't want to be with her, because he was treating her very badly. The woman then asks her friend what she could do since she liked the man so much. The friend then says that she could help the woman more than she needed to value herself before. The woman then says that she was beyond repair, but the friend says that she was wrong. She said that inside all women there was a beautiful woman and that she would help her with that. The woman then said that her friend would need a lot of effort for that. At the woman's friend's house, the woman thanks her friend for letting her take a shower at her house. She then says that she had lost her glasses. The friend then says that she no longer needed the glasses, as she was going to wear contact lenses. The woman then says that she couldn't see straight, but the friend says that she was overreacting. She then says that the woman's first decision was to learn to walk in high heels. The woman then says that she couldn't walk in it and that she would fall over, but the friend says that if she fell, no one would laugh at her. The friend then helps the woman put on the shoe. The woman then said that if she fell and broke her teeth, things would only get worse for them. The woman manages to put on the shoes, but she has a lot of difficulty walking in them. She tries to lean against the walls to stay upright as she walks, but she doesn't seem to be doing very well. Friend then show the woman how to walk with that shoe, if she tries to do the same as her friend, but she is not able to learn. Sometime later, the woman manages to walk in shoes. The friend then says that now they would have to fix the woman's appearance. She says she would have to fix the woman's eyebrows. She tries to pluck her eyebrows, but the woman complains of pain. The friend then laughs and says that her friend needed to remove her mustache too. The woman then complains that her friend was treating her very badly and said that she would end up ripping her mouth off her. The friend then says that she wasn't going to do that, she was just going to remove the woman's mustache. The friend then finishes and says that now she was going to do some makeup on the woman. This makes the woman very uncomfortable and she asks why she has to wear so much makeup. The friend then tells the woman to wait a little longer and soon she says she was done. She said that now the woman was a completely new person. The woman then wonders if the man would like her now, but the friend says that she already told the woman to value herself more. The woman then says that she liked the man very much, but the friend tells her to repeat that she loved herself. The woman then said that she loved herself, and the friend tells her to repeat it. The man was with some friends at his house. They were partying, and he then says he wanted to make a toast to his Casa Nova. They then toast the man's Casa Nova, and one of his friends asks where his girlfriend was. The other then asks what happened to her after that day. The man then says that since the day before they had done that, the woman had not returned to her house. So now the house was his. One of the women who was present heard that the man had a house and was interested in it. They then go back to celebrating the man's Casa Nova, and he tells them to make themselves comfortable as he would sit down. At that moment, the woman goes to the man and sits on his lap. The man then asks where that princess had come from, and she says that she came from a castle that was not very far from there. The man then says that she was very beautiful and tells them to take a picture together. He then says that the photo was very beautiful and that he would post it on his social networks so that his friends could see that he was with a very beautiful woman. Meanwhile, at the woman's friend's house, she says that now that they're awake, she seems to be a little more interesting. The friend then says that now they would have to pack the woman's clothes. The woman says that she was very fond of her clothes and that changing her would be overkill, but the friend says it was for the woman's best. The friend then goes to her wardrobe and chooses some clothes for the woman to wear. She then shows the woman the clothes she has chosen and asks which one she would like to try on. The woman then says that she couldn't wear that kind of clothes, because she wasn't comfortable enough with her body to wear that. At that moment, the friend receives a notification on her cell phone. She says that while her friend didn't want to wear those clothes, the man was at her house having a party and with another woman. The woman then said that she would wear the clothes, and the friend says that she was proud of her. She then gets dressed and tells her friend that they were going to her house to get those people out. This makes the friend very excited about the situation. She says that the woman looked very beautiful in those clothes. They then arrive at the house and soon everyone stops to observe the woman. One of the man's friends wonders who that woman was. The man then doesn't realize who that was and says they could come in and make themselves comfortable. He then gets up and the woman greets the man. The man then realizes that that was the woman and says she looked very beautiful. He then tries to touch the woman, but she tells him not to touch her. She then asks what was going on inside her house. He said he was waiting for her and says she looked very beautiful. He then asks to give the woman a kiss, but she says he would never touch her again. She then asks who had let the man fill his house with so many people. One of the women then tells the woman to pay more attention to how she talks to her. The woman then says that she should apologize to the other woman. She then grabs another woman by the hair and tells her to get out of her house. She then turns to the other people who were there and asks if they were going to leave of their own accord or she was going to have to kick them out of her house. They then say that it wasn't necessary and that they were already leaving. The woman then asks if the man wouldn't leave her house, and he says that wasn't necessary, because he always loved the woman. He says that she knew that she was the only love of her life. The woman then says that she would no longer fight with a man and that she would never again let anyone play with her, as he had done. She then says that she was a much better person than the man. The man then says she was right and asks where that wonderful person he was seeing now was hiding, but the woman tells him to leave her house before she calls the police. She then said, as a man would not leave her house, she would throw him out. The woman then starts to throw the man out of her house, and he says that it was not necessary, knowing he loved the woman very much. She then doesn't care what the man was talking about and tells him to go away. She then tells him to return her mug as that mug was hers. The man then said that if she didn't stay with him, no one else would want her. He says that she could even be a little better, but that she wasn't woman enough to have someone in her life. The woman then laughs at how ridiculous the man was behaving, and the man says that she would end up being alone. At that moment, the friend asks the man to wait a bit and then she throws a bucket of water on him. She then says that the man was lucky that it wasn't mud. The other people who were watching start to laugh at the man and the woman says that this is what he deserved. The man then says that the woman was crazy and that he wasn't ashamed to say that he loved her. They then close the gate to the house and the friend says that she was proud of her friend.